Democratic Alliance is calling on the National Arts Council to engage with the artists who've been staging a sit-in at the institution's offices in Johannesburg. The artists have been protesting over the allocation of 300 million rand from the Presidential Employment Stimulus Program. For more on this, I'm joined now by DA MP Tsepo Mhlongo. Tsepo, good evening and thank you for your time tonight here on the Newsfeed Late Night. First and foremost, of course, we're having this conversation, this as the courts have given an order and a ruling for the artists to vacate the building while the matter around the presidential stimulus is being resolved. Do you welcome that judgment? You think it's the correct judgment?
Yeah. You know, I believe in the rule of law, but I want to give you a picture that we call upon the NAC to engage our artists. Why I'm saying that? Because we believe in the principle of people's first. But to believe in principle is important. Consult before you go to court. Because one thing that I can tell you, they are going to spend more than millions for this eviction of this verdict or this legal issues. Now we are calling upon the minister to make sure that they engage artists. Why we are saying that there's mismanagement of funds, plus minus 3 million has been mismanaged under Nathi Mthethwa's leadership. Now what we are saying, let them wait, let them engage the sector before going to court. It's what we believe in, because one thing, the CEO has been suspended, the CFO has been suspended under this ANC watch government. Now what we are saying, it's so important for us to make sure that we take care of our artists under COVID-19 because they've been affected. Above all, they did not even communicate with them. To date, artists are still waiting for their money. The turnaround time for NAC was the 31st of March. They failed to implement the MOU above all.
What did you find out? I mean, I know members of parliament went to the NAC with the artists to engage them to get a sense of what their issues are. I mean, briefly watched that engagement, including the issue that came out. I think you yourself, members of parliament, when you're engaging with the documents, for example, one artist would have been paid 20,000 while another would have been paid 2 million. What's the rationality around those discrepancies in how the funds were distributed?
Yeah. Firstly, I want to assure you that the NAC has failed, has misled Parliament. We are a committee to date. What we are told, there's a list of people who have been paid, but that list, it changes day by day. For an example, an ex-company will be paid 100 rand for this financial year, and then when we get the updated list, they've paid more than 100 rand. Now, it shows that there's mismanagement of funds, there's corruption, there's fraud, and above all, under the ANC watch government, under Nathi Mthethwa, they fail our artists. That's why we are calling for an agent negotiation, agent consultation.
300 million, the minister says, no, it was not lost. It was an over-allocation. What is the understanding of Parliament of what actually happened there?
I don't think it's an over-allocation. There's a projection budget, and when they give you the actual budget, you budget on what you've been given. Now, it shows that the minister is running away for accountability. You can ask the minister, why did they suspend the CEO? Why did they suspend the FSO? One of the things, there's a conflict of interest amongst the members of the National Arts Council. Members of the National Arts Council are benefiting. You cannot be a player and a referee at the same time, because at the end of the day, it shows that they are there for their self-interest, for selfishness, instead of to understand the sector that it has undergo tremendous pressure under this COVID-19. And above all, the NAC, they even fail to respect their stakeholders, artists and creative arts. These are their sectors. It's not only under COVID-19 season. They will be working with them even in future. Now, what we are saying, the NAC must commit to negotiate. They must commit to their values. One of their values is professionalism, integrity, transparency, and openness. But above all, to date, I can assure you, we went there. They fail even to account to us as the committee in Parliament.
So one of the issues, Tsepo, that was raised by the artists, and you were there, I don't have to remind you, is the fact that artists in this country are deemed as vagrants. Right? It's something that is in documents, that their profession is not something that is recognized. What is Parliament going to do about that?
I think there's a white paper. We believe that artists must be recognized. And above all, we think that the minister must implement, must sign the white paper. At the end of the day, all this will be addressed on the white paper.
All right. Then, your suggestion is that the NAC should not rush to evict the artists. It seems that they are more interested at this point in getting back their offices, or at least they're under pressure to do that.
Yeah, what we are saying, firstly, before artists, you must pay the artist as per agreement. They fail to pay to date. They even fail to communicate with the artist to date. I can give an example. We have artists who did not even receive the regret letters to date. They don't know they are coming. They don't know even, are they going to receive the relief or not? Now, we must call upon the minister to mediate, to make sure that he accounts, he assists even the National Arts Council, because I think they've failed. We believe that the National Arts Council board members or council members must resign.
Is the minister prioritizing this matter, in your view?
I believe so. He's absent. He's sleeping on the job. He's absent. We were there. He was not around. And I saw one of his pictures. He was just playing at the end of the day, which is uncalled for. He must make sure that he prioritizes our sector, he prioritizes our artists, because one of the things that we observed as we went there to see for ourselves, the building is intact. There's no vandalization. It's a free protest. They're peaceful, and I don't think it is advisable for them to be taken to court.
Tsepo, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much for joining us tonight here on the Newsfeed Late Night. That's the DAMP Tsepo Mhlongo.